In the Commonwealth and post-independence eras, there was a shift in how the Philippines crafted its buildings. From glorifying the emerging nation through the adaptation of Western classical ideals to projecting an independent society through a new and daring architecture called modernism. Pinangunahan ni Pablo Antonio ang malawakang pagbabago ng arkitekturang Filipino sa paghiwalay niya sa istilong neoclassical at revivalist na pinairal ng mga Amerikano. Antonio's buildings are timeless, characterized by lucid lines, plain surfaces, and bold shapes and forms. Pinakilala niya sa lokal na propesyon ang makabagong kamalayan, ang pag-iwas sa labis na dekorasyon at pagpapahalaga sa kagandahang bunga ng disenyong simple at payak. Samahan niyo ako at balikan ang mga obra ni Pablo Antonio, isang arkitekto ng bayan. Ipinanganak si Pablo Antonio noong January 25, 1902 sa Binondo, Maynila. Nang ipinanganak siya, 60 years old na ang kanyang amang si Apolonio, isang maestro de obra o isang kontratista. Samantalang 16 years old naman ang kanyang inang si Trinidad Severo. Pumanaw ang kanyang ina habang ipinapanganak ang kanyang nakababatang kapatid.
He was an orphan, I think that's so early, 11 or 12, no? His mother died when he was 3 years old, 3 years old. And then, of course, then the stepsisters were the ones taking care.
Natuto siyang magbanat ng buto at umasa sa kanyang sarili sa murang edad. Nag-aral siya ng elementarya sa ilalim ng pampublikong paaralan sa Tondo. Determinadong makapagtapos ng high school, nagtrabaho siya sa umaga habang nag-aaral sa gabi. He spent his free time sketching his observations on any available material. This pastime would become a lifelong hobby. He worked as a draftsman at the Bureau of Public Works, where he gained practical knowledge in building design and construction. While doing this, he took correspondence courses in architecture and structural engineering, eventually pursuing a formal degree in architecture at the Buhay Institute of Technology. Sa kanyang pagnanais makahanap ng panibagong pagkakataong mag-aral at kumita, nagtrabaho siya bilang draftsman at construction foreman sa Santa Clara Construction Company. Dito, nakilala niya si Don Ramon Alejandro Arevalo, ang may-ari ng kumpanya. Namangha ang butihing Don Ramon sa angking talino at pagkamaagap ng batang Pablo at kinuha niya ito upang hubugin sa larangan ng konstruksyon. Don Arevalo sent Pablo on a scholarship to the University of London in England in 1927 to finish a degree in architecture. Given his drive and experience in actual construction, Pablo was able to complete the 5-year course in just 3 years, graduating in 1930.
I'm very, very grateful to Don Ramon Arevalo because he saw him and he felt such a waste that he couldn't finish school. So he sent him to London to study. And he was such a very wonderful man, Don Ramon, and paid for everything. Of course, my dad naman, siguro to have a little pocket money, at night he worked as a waiter.
Before returning to his homeland, he traveled around Europe and acquainted himself with the new architecture of the times. When he returned to the Philippines, he introduced a new aesthetic and a provocative building design philosophy that challenged neoclassicism in the design practice. With innovative and novel ways of utilizing simple shapes, Antonio designed structures that deviated from the familiar Beaux-Arts idiom and daringly questioned its validity in terms of context, climate, and culture. Ginawa siyang in-house architect ng Santa Clara Lumber and Construction Company. Sa ilalim ng kumpanyang ito, nagdisenyo siya ng mariringal na tahanan sa estilong Mission Revival o Neo-Castilian para sa alta sosyedad ng Maynila. Bagamat sumunod siya sa nausong estilong Neo-Castilian ng panahong iyon, napanatili niyang katangi-tangi ang kanyang mga likha sa paghalo niya rito ng estilong Art Deco.
My mom helped a lot because mommy was more social and she made clothes. And that's where daddy was able to get a lot of his clients.
Talaga?
Yeah, that's important because people don't realize that. She would make clothes for all this very
Alta
rich.
sosyedad, no?
Oo, like the Lico house, no? And then the other houses that he made. So, the Rufino. My dad was very simple eh. Hindi siya, my mom would say, "Ay, your dad is so dry." Parang ganon, he doesn't want to sell himself. Like, if you want to come for me, okay, but I'm not going to say, that's his philosophy, But my mom, she was very, and then it's good also because how will daddy get all his works?
Antonio excelled in commercial and popular architecture, giving the common people access to a luxurious environment where they can escape the routine of everyday life.
When they were making Manila Times, I don't remember how old I was, but I was still young. And my mom was screaming at my dad. At midnight, he was going alone. And my dad is not a tall man, no? He was going with the car with the driver to go to Manila Times and check if they were just throwing, not really putting cemento, pero newspaper. And lo and behold, that was what they were doing. So my mom said, "Pablo, something might happen to you." Pero he didn't like it. So quickly changed the contractor. Because that's what he felt really happened at midnight. He said, very important, these buildings will stand for forever.
It is in the new building type, the cinema, that Antonio assumed the status of a master sorcerer of dreams. Para kay Antonio, pagkakataon ng sinihan upang gawing mas demokratiko at accessible ang arkitektura. Makakapasok ang lahat sa templong ito ng pagtatanghal sa murang halaga ng takilya at makibahagi sa bagong relihiyong umaakit gamit ang liwanag mula sa projector tungo sa pinilakang tabing or silver screen. Cinemas designed by Antonio were built on a grand scale. They were appropriately called cinema palaces. The apex of this achievement was the iconic Ideal Theater, his first major work completed in 1933.
When we were young, we'd always go to Ideal. And sometimes I would tell Daddy, "Can we go to Capitol naman? Because I like a movie." No. We only go to Lyric, Ideal. Yung mga gawa niya, Galaxy.
Yeah. So I remember may kinikwento kayo sa akin noon about the Galaxy Theater.
Yeah.
That you gave the name Galaxy Theater.
Because he was going to make a new theater, and I said, "What will they name the theater?" And I was saying, "Why not Galaxy? There's a galaxy of stars." And then I remember I won, and I think my prize was 1,000 pesos, which at that time was a lot of money.
Impressed by the design of the Ideal Theater, Nicanor Reyes Sr., founder of the Far Eastern University, or FEU, commissioned Antonio to design a new school complex in the same mode. From 1938 to 1950, Antonio designed several buildings on the FEU campus, including the administration and science buildings. These buildings were futuristic-looking, combining formal symmetry with robust sturdiness. At this time, the principle of streamlining, inspired by nautical iconography, engulfed the design practice of Pablo, alluding to speed, efficiency, and mass production. His building in this period bear the marks of his journey: rounded corners or semicircular bays, smooth building skins, punctured porthole windows, tubular steel railings, speed stripes, and projecting tin slab roofs, recalling the yacht and ocean liners of the period. This style is evident in his design for the White Cross Preventorium in San Juan. Itinatag ni Doña Victoria Lopez de Araneta at Doña Mercedes Sobel de Macmiking ang White Cross Preventorium noong 1938 bilang institusyong kumukupkop sa mga batang nawalay sa kanilang mga magulang na tinamaan ng tuberkulosis. White Cross ang napiling pangalan para sa institusyon sapagkat binansagan ang tuberkulosis bilang White Plague noong panahong iyon dahil hindi pa nahanap ang lunas sa sakit na ito. The facade of the building is dominated by a massive rectilinear facade that forms a cross softened by graceful step element and relief sculptures by Francesco Monti depicting children playing various Filipino games. A large ramp connects the upper floors, a modern innovation that was ahead of its time. Sa susunod na episode, silipin natin ang buhay pamilya ni Antonio, balikan natin ang mga yugto sa muling pagbangon ng bansa mula sa digmaan at ang pagsibol ng modernismo sa gitna ng 20th century.